I don't know if you've read this book. It's called The Giver. And you're something like the giver. You are the giver, if not something like it. And although scary, like there isn't a blueprint, there isn't a sureness about the steps that you may have to take outside of when you're taking these steps, you have a sense of liberation, a sense of freedom, a sense of access that almost feels undeserving. But it's not because you don't deserve it, but it's mostly because you don't resonate with who you always have been for yourself and for others. Often the giver's presence is one of totality, one of completion. So your presence in people's lives affords them so much. Often they don't. Some don't have to do their work as long as you're there, because who you are naturally assimilate or pick up the slack or transmute the density, the all of the strays, everything that is bypassed and thrown away. You are often receptive of that and capable of transmuting all of it and presenting it in a way. It's kind of like the hen who would go and ask everybody to help break her bread and make her bread and help her plant and do everything she needed for the bread. And when the bread was finally done, it smelled so good. Everybody couldn't lend a hand, couldn't help, couldn't really give anything to it, but they wanted some of the bread. But you can also look at it like further than that and say people have like thrown away their responsibility, their roles. They have told God, they have told Source, they have told the universe, I'm not doing that. And they have rebelled and they have given it to somebody. They have literally did that. And the thing about this is that these people, these spirits, whatever, they are in there. You can do that. If you are on this earth and you are traveling down your journey, your mission is too great for you, you can say no. You can not contract. In your life, you may have to have a life of torment or a life of a certain life that of a lesser fulfillment than you would have with that life, but you could still have your physical life and not do what you were called to do. It would just go to someone else, rather that be you having to have a child, you having to pour into someone else so much so that they are able to or equipped with what you weren't able to do. And some people have done this out of sheer like fear, pain. Like, it is tough, y'all. I've wanted to do this. I feel like I have done this. I've thrown it away and no one picked it up, so I had to go pick it right back up. Because when I do it for me, there isn't anyone else that I could give it to. I'm not giving it to the kids. They're not me. Like, there isn't another me who can do what I'm doing. So I can't throw away what I am and who I am. And some of y'all may resonate with that. Like, the people who've managed to do that, I don't know how. Because there is no life outside of living a true life that I'm supposed to live. Rather that's just being like, rather it's giving and sharing and being of service to someone else, or it's being saying within myself. Either way, moment by moment, I'm in service to something, whether it's myself and keeping myself, or it's assisting in the keeping of another. And forgive me for the judgment that I may spew even in this, because I just feel like we could go harder. I feel like if those before us went harder, we would have at least a foundation, a standard of what we could reach. And then, but what happens when you've reached those standards and it doesn't afford you the same things it afforded those before you, let alone what you don't feel resonance with what you did receive. So, I mean, there's a lot of resistance even within myself. So I'm not one to come from a place of, but I just had to bring that point up of sometimes your journey, your path is literally what you make it, what you accept it to be, what you, like, people decide not to do stuff, but if you decide to continue, the fact that you continue is enough for God. God can take a mustard seed and turn it into so much, because there's so many who don't even offer the mustard, so when you consider that there are so many who have forfeited, and you have been willing to go only so, like, honestly, I truly believe there is a point of opening up to this stuff that it is no way back. If you try to go back, like, I get it for like a little bit, or for like integrative purposes, or for just to really see what the fuck is going on, to test your magic, to, I don't know. Cause I really don't know what the fuck I've been doing. Like, I guess when I came into myself, a part of me still doesn't believe that people I love, because I don't feel that way about them. Like, yes, I don't, like, I mean, I don't desire to be nobody but myself, so I don't have a, like, outside of, like, and even that don't bother me, people with money and stuff, because, like, I know that, like, what people have, they have it for themselves. So I don't want someone else's stuff, because whatever, I would have to accept what comes with that. I don't want no one else's life. Even when I did feel that way, I always asked God why or what, or went further into discovering that about myself, because it didn't feel right to feel that. Some people will feel jealousy, envious, and like think that it's like they are right for wanting someone else's stuff, and not to the point that the person who is stuff it is, they don't have it, versus you finding out what that thing is for you. Because it isn't always that they got something that you don't, or that you can't have. And sometimes, honestly, it is that. We gotta get for real. I truly believe that I'm not gonna say this. I'm gonna say, if you believe, whatever you believe is true. So motherfuckers who believe that this is it for them, there's no hope for them, that they can't, that this is just how they gonna, that this is how I am, I can't change, I'm not gonna change, they not, addressing and dealing with themselves. Like for me, I want to change so bad, but I don't always do the work and address the root of what needs to change. Like, I still entertain so much. And so, do I really want to change? No. That's just the truth. I'm comfortable. I actually get dopamine and fueled. I have convinced my body to accept this lukewarm, this high and low energy. It's like a dopamine. It's like a hit. It's like a high. It's like another drug accessing my spirit. And so I have to come to terms with myself of like, what are we doing? Who are we going to be? When are we going to put true value where true value belongs? When are we going to do the work required to maintain who we really are? Not out of ego, not out of trying to make a man mad, get under a nigga's skin, show a nigga you the boss. Like, even with all the stuff I just did with him, like, keep that same energy by yourself. Come in the name of the source with yourself. Address yourself. Like, you want to showboat and, present like you got all this going on for these people who are triggering you, but be folded with yourself. So, yeah. I'm grateful for that encounter I had with him, because I really didn't need to smoke, because I told myself I wasn't going to smoke today, and I just need to, I really wanted, obviously I'm addicted to weed, y'all, so I know I want, the parts of me that want to smoke is just the parts of me that are addicted and wanting to just do that stuff that ain't really working for us. It's not working. So I'm fighting for what is, and that's my soberness. That works for me. So I love me sober. I love when I'm able to be how I am, or when I'm under the influence, Like, when I'm able to tap into the energy I feel when I'm high, like when I'm smoking weed or drinking, when I'm able to tap into that energy sober and maintain it, oh my God, it's a pure bliss. It is better. It's more authentic and more natural. And I'm trying to, not trying, but I have to convince my my subconscious of that this is just better for us. I know those things are fun. It's cool. It's easier, but this is better. This is complete. This is like bliss. I can't describe it. It's better than any, your own magic is better than any outside magic. So I'm grateful for those moments and those times that I've experienced with myself. And I know that anytime that I'm trying to, I don't beat myself up for my addictions or things that I do, because it's me trying to access it. I'm not trying to destroy myself. I'm not trying to harm myself. And so I do need to be mindful of the harm that is caused by these agents. And so it's levels to these devils. And I'm ready to go to sleep. So good night.